to reconcile the gap between my field of study and my own personal identification with queer history, I began researching late 20th century AIDS art for my bachelor's thesis. Idealistically, I planned to articulate a historic event and cultural movement problematized by themes of LGBTQ visibility and identity, and present evidence of the lingering influence the art produced. What I found instead was what Jennifer Doyle articulates in her essay, Queer Wallpaper, as not only an art historical absence, but denial of queerness in scholarship on this era. Because of institutional forces of oppression and power, it is easy for the political or moral controversy surrounding emotional artwork to be consuming. And as Doyle notes, such controversy can even shift scholarly focus away from the art itself by making it difficult to teach or clearly contextualize. I began to realize my interest was less in how this work had been left out or ignored, but was why. In her book, Hold It Against Me, Difficulty and Emotion in Contemporary Art, Doyle argues that this moment in art history is both aided and hindered by its use of emotion, as she identifies emotion as a primary reason behind its exclusion from general histories of the 1980s. In my own research, I found that organizing scholarly ideas around politics and emotion is indeed challenging, but while Doyle suggests context is important, she underscores the necessity of understanding this artwork on its own terms as about messy emotions and not tidy stories about the art world. Therefore, my research strays from the usual suspects that are conjured when art about AIDS and queerness are presented, such as Herring and Mapplethorpe, and does not delve into issues of scandal and morality, but instead focuses on what might be considered the underdogs. This research applies theory and descriptive analysis in an attempt to let the artwork speak for itself, with full consciousness of the evidence that this kind of art and its artists are measured with a different set of art institutional rules and are as a result sometimes subjected to intense art historic treatment. My thesis research, from which my presentation today is taken, explores queerness and difference in art by focusing on emotion as a strategy in the postmodern artwork of AIDS activists. In my research, I identified the use of emotion in radical AIDS art in the United States during the late 1980s. The graphic posters and imagery of the activist collective ACT UP and their iconic Let the Record Show exhibition, as well as a photographic collage untitled Who's Our Dead by artist David Wojnarowicz, will be analyzed as exemplifying the period's work that evokes and provokes feelings the audience must confront. While sharing a common context, there is no all-unifying factor for this selection of work, yet I propose silence as a symbol or